Warning. In my playthrough of Cindered Shadows, I openly discuss spoilers for Fire Emblem Three Houses' main storyline. Just thought I'd get that out there because it is possible to play Cindered Shadows before finishing the main story, so if you've come here and have not beat the main game yet, beware of spoilers. Just when I think I'm done with this game, it drags me back in. Yes, I have indeed got the expansion pass, though if I had a choice, I probably would just buy Cindered Shadows. I'm really not interested in anything else in the pass. But anyway, okay, so it seems like side stories available in the menu. Oh, and we have a bunch of new DLC and costumes and blah blah blah, which I probably won't be doing. Yeah, don't expect me to be showing any of that stuff. This is mainly going to be about the side story, but apparently in this update they have added a few things. You can have tea time with Rhea now, which will make getting her supports a lot easier. She's still not playable though, and they gave Yuritsa a new support with Bernadetta. So I guess they just wanted the two characters with the worst dads in the universe to talk to each other. But anyway, side story, how it plays. Units will level up, but skill levels will not increase. Oh, okay. Huh. I thought everyone would have fixed stats here, like, it's not, actually, yes, Heirs of Fate, but I was more thinking of, Hidden Truths. But no, people actually do level up, but their, like, weapon skills don't go up. Classes, and they can't gain new certifications, but everyone starts with a certain number of classes. You gain ore by winning battles and inflicting armor breaks. Be mindful of your weapon durability. There's a finite amount of golden ore, and only the Sword of the Creator is okay. I doubt it will be as heavily resource-intensive as Fate's Conquest, but I could be horribly wrong about that. Before each battle, use the shops around Abyss or the Battle Prep menu to refresh your battalions. Yeah, gotta remind people to do that. Oh, okay, Maddening's not available for this one yet. So, I have heard that this is supposed to be harder than, and this is not spoilers, this was said in the trailers, that it's supposed to be harder than the main story. So, just so we avoid having a potential Silver Snow endgame incidents, I might want to play normal, but I'll be doing this on hard when I do my eventual Golden Deer walkthrough. Well, I played Classic last time, and we do get to choose our Byleth. So, female Byleth, has not been shown in Three Houses on the channel yet, so I'm going to be using female Byleth for this. One thing that I noticed when I was making my character sort of video, though, why are female Byleth's eyes so much bigger than male Byleth's? It's actually kind of weird. But anyway. Yeah, we're just going with Byleth. Yes, it is correct. I can actually technically do this now. I never showed any of the online features last time, I might as well. Although, one annoying thing might be that, like, dead spots might show where reinforcements appear.
Cindered Shadows. The Fourth House.
Huh, we have a new narrator for this.
In the Imperial year 185, the construction of Garreg Mach was completed. Saint Seros held a sacred ritual to honor the occasion. 4 saints, known as the 4 Apostles, were led to a tranquil place to perform the ritual. They poured their holy essences into the chalice of beginnings, a gift from the goddess herself, in hopes of bringing about her second coming. Alas, the rite of rising failed. Bearing the blame for the ritual's failure, the 4 Apostles left the monastery, all but vanishing from the land. The first sought the lush forest of Adrestia's mountains. The second traversed Fodlan's fangs, settling on the ocean's salted shores. The third traveled to the mountains, vanishing beneath their lofty peaks. And the fourth faded into shadow, in a town untouched by day's light. Lost to history, nothing but legend now remains of the 4 Apostles. Their offering to the Nabatean chalice and the goddess, who never returned.
Oh, that's really interesting. Okay. So, obviously the four apostles, as we can see by the crests on, like, the side of the chalice, are...
Excuse me. Sorry to intrude.
Oh, never expected you to be getting the first line in this DLC. But anyway, yeah. They are the original bearers of the crest that I'm guessing the four new characters will have. And that mountain scenery in particular looks a lot like Hilda's paralogue. So maybe one of them is related to the Goneril family in some way. And then I'm guessing like maybe, because I know that Linhardt, Ash, and Hilda are going to be playable here, maybe those three have connections to the descendants of the apostles. Of course, if you played the main story, you'll actually know what the whole revival of the goddess entails, so I don't know if I mean, most people here will probably know the main story, but I mean, I'm trying to think whether I should avoid spoiling stuff there or not, but I guess I'll just take things as they come.
Please, forgive the disruption, Lady Rhea, but I have that report you asked for.
Do not worry yourself, Eloise. As it happens, I am presently unoccupied. Please, go on.
Ah, great. I'll just... What's that book you've got there?
Oh, it's just the fanfiction people wrote about me where I'm 100 times more evil than I am in the actual game.
It is a chronicle covering the 995 years since Garrick Mach Monastery's completion.
Huh? Sounds like a good read.
Oh, I just noticed that the interface is purple here instead of red, blue, or yellow.
Maintaining the church's records is one of the duties entrusted to all archbishops, myself included.
Oh, okay, this is kind of a spoiler, but weren't you the only archbishop? Like, that is actually one thing, I think I mentioned this at some point in my Thoughts On videos, that currently I've actually recorded bits of the Blue Lions one, but I don't want to release it until after the DLC is over. But, like, I'm honestly, like, really confused as to why nobody in 1,000 years noticed that the Archbishop never changed. It's just kind of a weird thing that you'd think somebody would comment on the fact that, oh hey, the current Archbishop looks exactly the same as the Archbishop 500 years ago. That's not suspicious at all.
This one states that Saint Seros ordered the monastery's construction after the end of the War of Heroes.
You know, oh great, this is more spoilers, but like, knowing what we know about her is like, does she consider secondhand accounts of, like, history as fan fiction about herself? Like, that, in a way, that's kind of true.
This is a rare and valuable text. Most documents of that era have been lost to time.
Because Seteth burns them.
See. Time aside, we also lost many books in that massive fire 21 years ago.
Indeed. What was once well documented exists now only in this chronicle.
So, in other words, if this chronicle does not get burned in the next 5 seconds, then the Golden Deer story would be way easier.
Not least of which is the ceremony commemorating the monastery's completion.
Interesting. I'll admit, I know the year it took place, but not a thing beyond that.
And that means that my propaganda is working, dang it.
That is to be expected, unfortunately. According to this chronicle, the rite of rising was held during the ceremony. The intent was to bring about the goddess's rebirth.
Yeah, I'm wondering if, like, one of the characters in this story is gonna be a quote-unquote failure, if you know what I mean.
The rite of rising, huh? Can't say I've ever heard of that one.
Like, we never knew what happened to any of the quote-unquote failures other than Byla's mother, so...
I am not surprised. There should be countless records documenting that important ritual. Alas, today all we have to go on are fragments of forgotten memories and our own imaginations.
Except me, because I was actually alive then, but I'm not telling them that. Oh, also Seteth and Flame.
One thing is clear. Their wish for the goddess's return was most fervent. Saint Seros held the ritual along with the 4 apostles, Noah, Chevalier, Timotheus, and Oban.
Yeah, so those are names that people already knew thanks to data mining.
However, it did not bear fruit, as the goddess did not return to this world. So it is written.
I've never heard of the 4 apostles before. They're different from the four saints, right?
Yeah, were they dragons or not?
That is correct. Today, almost no records exist of the four apostles. Their names live on only in the names of their crests. But the bloodlines bearing those tokens of the past have been lost.
No, because I think Anna has one of them.
Any deeper knowledge of the apostles has all but disappeared from the grand stage of history.
Well, that's interesting. Does that mean they're somewhere backstage?
Or below stage.
In a sense. It is possible that their bloodlines have carried on in secret, perhaps materializing where no one thought to look.
Like directly below us.
I had not intended to indulge in such a long-winded lecture.
Yeah, we haven't even had any gameplay yet. It's already like 11 minutes into the video.
Please, tell me your report, Eloise. It concerns the underground, does it not?
Oh, right. It's as you suspected. Recently, there have been several incidents in the area beneath Garreg Mach.
We hear reports of people punching each other and fleeing each other vast distances. We've also heard reports of blue hedgehogs, electric rodents, and countless other beings from other worlds found there. I mean, considering that Garreg Mach is now a stage in Smash
Claude.
Brothers. Oh, hi.
Are you certain that suspicious individual you spotted went through there?
Okay, so we're beginning this kind of almost Alice in Wonderland-like. We're chasing someone suspicious who went down a hole, I think. But yeah, seeing as Garreg Mach is now a stage in Smash Brothers, you could call Abyss literally below stage.
I will say,
Is that reused?
that does look a bit like a passageway, doesn't
I
it?
don't think that's reused. Wow, Chris Hackney must have been really hard for Chris Hackney to come back and record pre-time skip Dimitri after post-time skip. Although, when was this recorded? Like, I have no idea when this would have been recorded. Did they all record this at the same time they did their other lines? I'm guessing maybe?
Unless I dreamt it up while sleepwalking, there's no mistaking what I saw.
And last night, I definitely dreamt of a new Dimitri Nadelgard fanfiction, so no, I didn't dream this up last night.
I never thought I'd say this, but I believe Claude's story. In fact, it reminds me of something. I have heard tales of countless passages snaking beneath Garreg Mach. This is undoubtedly one of them.
Perhaps so. In any case, there is no telling where it leads.
Oh no. Oh, you're right. There's no telling what we could find. Terrible danger, wicked creatures, unspeakable smells.
And Claude's being himself as always.
The risk is too high, your highnesses. I must humbly insist that you wait here, where it's safe and smells nice. Meanwhile, Teach and I'll track down the bandit-shaped person. If we don't return, do me a favor and call for the knights, will you?
Wait a minute. Is this actually gonna start with bandits? Yeah, I have nothing else to say.
That is quite enough. As though we would allow you to make that call on your own.
That's kind of interesting that she says that and not as if we would allow you to go on your own without us to protect you.
With so little information, it's far too dangerous. We'll come along as well, right, Dimitri?
Yes, of course. If it was indeed a thief, we must not allow them to get away with their crime. Considering what took place at the goddess's rite of rebirth, vigilance is paramount.
Okay, so this takes place after... Oh, obviously it does, because you have the Sword of the Creator.
Right, well, tag along if you insist. Just don't come crying to me if we all meet a terrible fate. Deal?
You know what? If all three of you die down there, the war doesn't happen, and, like, I don't know if that's arguably better for things in the future.
Likewise. Well, no use dallying. Let's be on our way. Unless there's someone else we should call for?
I think 3 particular people.
Yes, a fine idea. Though at this time, I fear few of our classmates are still awake.
Oh, I guess that's our excuse for why Linhardt comes.
Whoa there! What's all this, Professor? You and the 3 house leaders creeping around at night? Pretty shady if you ask me.
It's certainly a rare and unexpected sighting, especially considering the hour.
Yeah, why is Ash still up?
Looks like a whole lot of something is about to happen. I'm going back to bed.
Stop right there, Lenhart. Your bad luck is our good fortune. You're coming with us.
You can stop thinking of ways out of this, Hilda. we could use your help too.
Definitely.
You as well, Ash. I'll explain everything on the way.
We're chasing bandits. That's pretty much all you need to know.
Happy to help. We don't have anything better to do at this hour, so we may as well pitch in.
What about sleeping?
You have our gratitude. Now then, let us be on our way. Ready, Professor?
The more the merrier, I suppose. Let's just hope we're not all marching to our doom.
Yeah, whenever someone says the more the merrier, I think of that Eggman line from Shadow the Hedgehog. See, people suspect that Ash is part of this to make sure you have a guaranteed lockpicker.
Yuri, this is brutal. Tell me again why you're subjecting me to this devastating boredom.
So I've got pretty much no idea who voices the 4 new characters.
Enough with the yawning ballface. If you're really that bored, you could always make a friendly wager.
Something, I don't know, that voice sounds a little familiar to me.
Thanks, but no thanks, pal. I'm low on funds as it is. Last thing I need is another debt I can't pay.
We're playing the DLC that gives you limited resources.
Right, B. As if you could say no to that.
How diverting that you should bicker for my amusement. Imagine my overwhelming dread were I stuck here without such joyous entertainment.
Huh, you remind me of, like, someone. I don't know, like, you're kind of like maybe, not exactly Lisa, like, kind of La Rochelle, I think it's how it's pronounced according to Heroes. And why does everyone have, like, some kind of chain on them, or at least 2 of them do?
Count me out. I'll leave the talking to Yuri, Bird, and Coco.
So, your thing is nicknaming people, okay? Yeah, so, people are obviously going to compare it to Gaius there. Obligatory mention of the fact that Gaius did not nickname people in the Japanese version. That quirk was entirely localization added. A lot of people don't know that.
Hey, boss.
Back already, huh? Have you detected any movement on the surface?
Oh, the bandits are with the Ashen Wolves. You know, I kind of had a feeling that maybe we'd actually be fighting the Ashen Wolves as our first battle here.
Well, I looked for the Cardinals meeting, just like you said.
And, well, I found a bunch of really annoying miracle enemies that, I ran fast.
The thing is, I was spotted by some weirdos. They chased after me and everything.
Well, I mean, Claude, Linhardt, and maybe Hilda I can see, but I don't really consider the others weirdos.
Some weirdos, you say? Sound very helpful. They weren't knights, were they?
I don't know. There were only a few of them, but I bet they were armed to the teeth.
With meager numbers like that, I doubt they intend to take on Abyss.
You have your own army? Okay.
It probably took you for some kind of villain. They'll lock you up if they catch you.
Well, that's what you get for using the generic bandit model.
Finally, a little action. Let's find them first and throw some punches.
Yeah, maybe it is gonna play out like I thought.
Hold, Balthus. 'Tis ignorance itself to rush headfirst into trouble.
Yeah, no, they actually do all have chains on their designs in some way.
You're excited to fight too. You've been waiting for a chance to try out your shiny new magic.
Surface laws don't apply down here. That gives us the freedom to have some fun with them. They're probably not knights, but our new friends definitely work for the church.
Well, some might not eventually.
You had best not leave me behind.
It seems this place is more than a simple passageway. There's clear evidence of human habitation.
People living under Garreg Mach? Oh, my brother used to tell me stories like that back in his academy days.
Yeah, I still wonder if any of them are connected to him. They might be.
So Holst attended the academy as well, then?
Well, I mean, pretty much everyone in the backstory did.
Of course. Back then, there were tons of rumors about what goes on below Garreg Mach. Something about tons of passages and houses beneath the town, all inhabited by super shady people. It had a real intimidating name, too. What was it again? I think it was called Abyss?
Not the Abyss, just Abyss as a singular noun. I personally think the Abyss would have sounded a little bit more natural, but oh well.
That's 2 points for the pink-haired gal. Welcome to Abyss, strangers.
Hey, Hilda already has 1,000,000 points.
Identify yourself. That uniform.
Welcome, curious students of the Officers Academy. What brings such fine, upstanding surface dwellers to our humble abode?
Okay, so you're clearly connected to Fargus in some way.
We're tracking someone who was creeping around the monastery.
Our business here does not concern you. Do you intend to let us pass?
Your answer may affect whether or not I kill you.
Such indulgence simply cannot be permitted. Your words may fool the fool, but I cannot be so easily deceived. I, Constance von Nouvelle, shall divine your true intentions.
Vaughn. That means you're from the Adrestian Empire.
You are here by order of the church, which cruelly plots to eliminate the inhabitants of Abyss.
Well, I guess you're a Crimson Flower fan.
Did she say Nouvelle?
Yeah, definitely Adrestia.
I don't care what the reason for this brawl is. A fight's on the menu, and I'm ready to feast.
So, okay, was that one of the houses involved in the insurrection of the... I don't think so, because I think we know the names of all of the houses involved in the insurrection of the Seven, so... What happened to Nouvelle? Clearly something bad, because I think everyone here are like outcasts.
Let's get right to it, yeah?
So, evidently one person here is going to be related to the Alliance.
By the look of them, I'd wager they're experienced combatants. I'm not certain this is a wise endeavor.
Says Mr. 60% strength growth.
I was thinking the very same thing. Time to make a strategic retreat then?
Turning back already? Oh, but you'll make me so sad. Now, why would you want to do that?
Okay, my guess is you're the one related to the Alliance.
Everyone here is starved for amusement. They've been waiting for a good fight.
Wow, look at that. A flawless example of a surprise attack. These aren't your run-of-the-mill thugs.
Aw, this isn't the time to be impressed by our enemy. We must find a way through at once.
Well, I mean, you know, the way through is probably going to involve smashing things in the face with your 60% strength growth.
Wait. Claude, is it? Isn't the brand new heir of House Regan?
As in the meme lord himself? Oh no, we're screwed. Run!
Who, me? Nah, wrong guy. Claude's a common name in Fodlan. It's just too dashing for new moms to pass up.
Okay, that's great.
It's even a popular choice for fake names. Just a good, solid, all-purpose moniker, you know?
Huh. No, is Claude even his real name? It'd be kind of interesting if it wasn't.
Right, except there's only one Claude enrolled at the academy this year. Looks like that's you.
How did you get hold of the enrollment records?
How do you even know that?
Ah, you just gave yourself away, pal.
Oh.
Looks like my luck's finally taking a turn for the good.
Yep, he Dr. Eggman'd you.
Alright, so your choices are as follows. Line up for the beating of a lifetime, or let us lock you up like the good boys and girls you undoubtedly are.
This is starting to remind me a lot of that moment from The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I have no clue what this guy's going on about, but it looks like a fight's in order. And it's pretty much all my fault.
I'm not sure. Maybe it's their fault for actually deciding to fight first, ask questions later, or our entire fault in general for running in to this place.
There's a saying from the East about fighting a flicker with a flame. Seems applicable right about now.
I could say that Santa Guard quite well.
Finally, let's do this already. Prepare to face the almighty King of Grappling.
I'm so sorry, but there is already one person who holds that title, and his name is Hanneman.
Why can't I shake the feeling that I know that wild man?
Balthus? Not, either of the other two? So, Kingdom and Alliance connections? Okay, and we only have 3 save files here. Skirmish in Abyss. Okay, so going straight to the battle. Need a guide? Okay, I guess you can technically jump into this at any time. Alright, this map looks pretty similar to some of the others. Wow, that's actually a pretty big map. Huh. Okay, large map. We have promoted enemies already. Bunch of rogues and grapplers. Balthus, who... Wow, your speed sucks. Okay. But he is a war monk. Underground residents. Doesn't call them Ashen Wolves yet. Personal skills. King of Grappling. Okay, good when you're on low HP. And he also has the Vajra... Mushti. And you have Chevalier. Crestbearer can use Eviscerate, okay. Long lost history sometimes restores 30%. Okay, so that's kind of cool. And he can heal in addition to punching you. Meanwhile, you're a Valkyrie, okay. I expect you to be more of a Myrmidon, by the way you looked. I didn't expect you to be like a magic user. Banshee, that's new. No, it's not new. I don't think that was new. And you have the, Mystery Crest, okay. Not consuming useful recovery magic. Monstrous Appeal. Okay, then. That's really interesting. So you're effective against monsters, but monsters like to attack you. And you have a Seros Magic Corps. Do you have like a unique battalion or something? Nope, just Seros Mercenaries. And then up here we have, yeah, you're a Dark Flyer. Does not consume or use during magic attacks. Okay, that's kind of cool. I have not seen that before. Transmute. Okay, so that's like, yeah, sort of draining magic. I think I remember looking at that like in an early impressions thing. Wields magic, can move again after attacking. Also female only, so yeah. There's some people who really like Lorenz would really like Valkyrie, but oh well. What the heck is that? I thought that was gonna be like called like Two-Faced or something, but that's interesting. Strength and magic +3 when indoors, defense and resistance when outdoors. That's very situational, but it could be kind of okay. And Yuri, who is a trickster. Fetters of Dromi, Lost Relic Crest of Auburn. Well, I guess we know what your mystery crest is. Occasionally grants enemy counterattacks, alright. Increases movement, allows unit to move again and may halve damage. So it's basically the Night Ring from the Tellius and Yggdrasil games. And your personal is Honorable Spirit. Not near an ally, attack +3 when in combat with the foe 1 space away. Okay, that's a bit of a weird set of restrictions. And you have Lucky 7. So one of the following stats, is that random? Huh, that's interesting. Kind of reminds me a little bit of, what is it? Moody in Pokemon. Cavity. Maybe this place is actually like a giant dragon's mouth or something? I don't know. And, a lever, as they would say in, Emperor's New Groove. Okay, I guess we have to check out ourselves. Whoa, okay, Byleth the Strong, and you're a Sword Master. And you have a bunch of recovery magic that you probably can't use. And this gets periodically repaired, so I might want to spam that. Ash is a sniper. Speed is not the best. Claude is a Wyvern Rider. Okay. Yeah, we all have just generic battalions. Linhardt is going to be our healer for most of this. Hilda is... her speed does not look that great for, you know, Hilda standards. Oh, Dimitri is a Cavalier. That's cool. And his strength is still amazing. Edelgard... well, I guess her speed is accurate to the Edelgard that I had during my run. Yeah, but can I, like, reclass, though? I can. So, Byleth has Priest and Mercenary. Edelgard has Warrior. If I want to go with Warrior. This is a pretty big map, so I might actually want that. Dimitri has Lord. Claude has Sniper. You just have 2 magic classes. Ash has Assassin. That's kind of cool. And Hilda has Pegasus Knight. She'll still be able to use axes during Pegasus Knight. That's not a terrible option. And do I have anything else in my inventory other than what I currently have? No. We're stuck with what everyone starts with. Good to know. Does anybody have... I'm guessing... no, some of us have some other combat arts. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be... and do we even... oh, okay, some people start out with supports. So everyone automatically has a C with the people in their house. Are these supports unique to this mode, or if you do them, do they carry over back into the main story or something? Anyway, I want Hilda to go a little further forward. And, yeah, you know what? I might actually reclass Edelgard. I don't know if Armor Knight will be that good here.
How best to use this strength?
Hopefully not to invade everyone. Anyway, okay, there's a bunch of, like, assassins down there, though. But I don't think anybody has their weapon triangle skills. I kind of want to see if Dimitri has unique dialogue with Balthus as well. So, yeah, we've got a lot of potential options here. And Claude's there. Yeah, I suppose Dimitri can start a little further up there. Do you double me? Yeah, you probably double pretty much everyone. Okay, this is going to be kind of tricky. We've got enemies right next to each other from the beginning. Okay, let's go! Defeat all enemy commanders.
Who are you people anyhow? It doesn't seem right to cross blades without knowing at least that much.
Wow, does it hurt to take yourself that seriously?
Answer the man's question, B.
Why me? Fine. We're the Ashen Wolves. We're the secret fourth house in Abyss. The surface world turned its back on us, and we did the same in return. Back for a back, as they say.
I don't wonder what that was in Japanese.
Fourth house? Impossible. Still, we must focus on the battle ahead.
Seems like it'll be tough to fight here. It's kind of dark. Looks like a great place to nap, though.
I hope not all of your dialogue in this mode is about napping.
The locks on those gates look really complicated. There must be another way through.
Okay, so that's probably saying you can't lockpick those doors.
Stay
okay,
focused.
We have new battle music here. Oh, Aggro Lions, how I've missed you. Well, okay then.
Who, me?
Actually, does anybody have a Stride Battalion? I do have Retribution, though. That's not a bad idea. Okay. Oh, and I gotta remember that I still have my Gambits. Yeah, it's been a little while since I played this game, and I get doubled. Not if I equip the Hand Axe. Can I could try and Gambit freeze the two of you. Okay, first Gambit in the Abyss. Yeah, I still sometimes call it the Abyss, not Abyss, because it just, I don't know, just calling it Abyss sounds kind of weird to me, but oh well. Well, this is a one-sided fight. Didn't expect Byleth to be a sword master for this. I think, like, canonically they're meant to be a hero. Oh, maybe male Byleth is a hero, because hero's male only in this game. Ah, sweet, sweet experience. Okay, you're gonna onslaught me. You're gonna... I think Byleth's perfectly fine. I don't know if I should be using my Javelin too much, but I'm kind of curious to see if Dimitri has special boss dialogue. Because you think he would.
I will prevail.
Okay. Edelgard goes here. And does not equip the Destroy Your Attack Speed weapon. Okay, so a few things attack her. That's probably alright. Yeah, we're probably going to rely on a lot of enemy drops here. I wish I had Stride.
I'll give it my all.
Okay, Ash could, like, snipe. Yeah, let's have Ash snipe you. Literally, because there's a sniper now.
That's how it goes.
The background here definitely looks like the place where we fought the Death Knight. That Death Knight. Like, there's multiple of them or something. Claude, of course, needs to combat art in order to shoot from that many spaces away. But he needs to stay away from archers. Oh, by the way, watch out for Archer. Apparently that's an FE6 meme. Or Dimitri could go down... Oh, no, there's nothing in that direction. There might be reinforcements later, but... I'm very tempted to do this.
Come and get some, kiddo. I won't hold back, so you better not either. These fists are packed with years of pent-up resentment. Time to let loose.
Yeah, so you all have kind of like a rejected by the world Misfits theme going for you. Okay. Oh, because of your personal skill, that's why. So you didn't one-round her before, but you do now, and because of that, the aggro line's changed. How many Divine Pulses do I... 10. Ugh. I thought for a second that said Ash defeated Rodrigue. Which actually is possible if you're recruited on a certain route, but anyway. In that case, I might as well do this. Oh look, Dimitri and Edelgard next to each other.
Over already.
Okay, that means gambiting there was a little pointless, but, still.
Ready and willing.
Battle.
I want Claude closer to the front lines, but I would also kind of like to flip that.
Nothing's happening. What are we doing wrong?
I think the better question is, what aren't you doing wrong? Only we can operate that.
Yeah, I thought it wouldn't be that simple.
Come and get some, kid.
You know, I mean, that's kind of like a classic Claude trick, though. I can see Claude approving. It's like, oh, hey, you want to advance further in the map and pull that switch? Well, too bad, that switch only works for us. I'm surprised that, like, not more Fire Emblem, like, enemies do that. Oh, hey, that switch only works for us. I mean, granted, how exactly do you make that work in a fantasy world? Like, kind of actually, like, coding something to someone's blood would probably be kind of hard in a setting like this. Okay, I don't think I need that much healing right now. And you're getting double. Nice. Yes, block all you want with those giant gauntlets. It will not save you. It will not save you from the fact that I'm going to get those gauntlets, and I know exactly who I'm giving them to. I think you all know, too.
I'll give it my all.
Or you might not. But, yeah. Okay, Ash is a little pathetic against him.
I will prevail.
Are we gonna get special boss dialogue here? Monster Breaker. They're both functionally... Smash won't work, so I'm gonna have to Monster Break you. No special dialogue, okay.
Now you know your limits.
Well, I mean, he's obviously not dead here. I was gonna say, yeah, now you know your limits. You are limited in living now.
Oh, you've got guts. I'll give you that much.
Oh, that's all? Okay. Right then, let's see, okay, Claude doesn't even have any physical weapons. But he can do this.
It's not luck, it's fate.
Did I make Claude a Wyvern Rider at this point in the game? I don't think I... No, I think I just made him a sniper because I really wanted the Okay, yeah, you can swing around and get this guy from behind. A back for a back, as they say. And then the others can move a little further. But yeah, I think I made him a sniper just because I wanted that increased range. I think I tried making him a Lord at one point, but it didn't really work out because Lord kind of sucks.
Me?
I'm used to Hilda being a Wyvern Rider. Yeah, I made her a Wyvern Lord in my Golden Deer Maddening playthrough, obviously. Okay. They're both cavalry. Viola should be fine. So, I do not actually know what this kind of floor is. Okay. Oh, you know what? In a resource management setting, maybe that's a little bit like cheating. Maybe I should turn off online. I know, I'll see.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Yeah, I knew that'd be a creep because she paused a little bit there.
As expected.
Okay, I will definitely need healing after this.
Should I have held back?
You know what would be really interesting is if there was like some kind of mode in this game where spell uses did not recharge between maps. That would be very sadistic, but also kind of interesting. And I'm pretty... Yep, you're not in range because mages have terrible movement in this game. But I can at least physic Violet. Oh, hey, and I got the crest too. Minor crest of Redacted. Oh, okay, they had to make a new terrain type because otherwise you could just cheese this with Ash. Good to know. Oh, I really want Stride. I mean, I really like Stride too, but I kind of want it now. You are stuck, okay? Interesting, I wouldn't have expected you to be a non-moving enemy considering you're mounted, but oh well, whatever floats your...
Come to think of it, there's an easier way to handle this.
Oh!
What was that? It couldn't have been a summoning spell.
Okay, you're not an unmoving enemy. but I can get you from over the wall. Huh, okay, these maps are interesting. Yeah, you summoned an Abyss Worm, but it won't earthquake us, because this is not Trails in the Sky SC. Oh, you're gonna do that, that's fine. I'm really tempted to try and snipe you over that wall. No, not did I. Do I have to be a bit careful of our stuff here? But I kind of want to do this just to break one of your panels. Do these guys even have an... Oh, I can actually check if they have an AoE attack. Sandstorm. Yeah, they do. Yeah, I didn't actually know you could do that until the very end of my Silver Snow playthrough. I guess you'll go there. There's like a little bit of Fodlan's Winds in this song, but it's kind of subtle. You know what? Oh, I guess if we break your panels, though, we get an item. Or I can just do this.
Shall we dance?
Oh, that's cool. And unlike Jill, your wyvern is not hitting its head on the ceiling. Oh, of course, you have multiple health bars. Yeah, it's been a little while since I played this. But yeah, you don't fight these worms, like, I don't think... I think the only, like, actual main story chapter you fight those worms in is Ford's Paralog, so... It kind of makes sense they're saving them for now. And again, sort of makes sense as well. Abyss, you know, Abyss worms, but again, that is a Trails in the... Actually, not a Trails in the Sky thing. If you're following along that playthrough, yeah, those things are actually recurring enemies in the Trails series, and I think they kind of get worse in later installments. They still make that...
Doing my part.
I forgot they did that for a second, but yeah. Boing! They just spring out of the ground like a jack-in-the-box. It's just... That will never... not be funny. Okay. Right, if my Blue Lions playthrough taught me anything, it's that Dimitri is severely allergic to magic, so let's not do that. And I need to be very careful of Dimitri's combat arts here as well, because that happens!
It would behoove you to watch your back.
Oh no, I knew something didn't feel right.
Well, this is interesting.
Over already.
At least they spawn during the player phase. This is just the map of traps, isn't it? Like, I can just imagine Claude frantically scribbling down notes at this point. He's just like, okay, I admit, that's good. I need to use that sometime. Well. Can I Cuttingale you? Yes, I can. And yeah, I've since looked it up, because I obviously was staying away from wikis during the main blind run, and yeah, Cuttingale is actually called Shaver in Japanese, so it is that that tome that debuted in New Mystery of the Emblem. So I guess if they ever revise that fan translation, they'll need to change the name. Edelgard risks a 3% critical, and I have Divine Pulses. I don't know, I'm not going to be that sadistic.
No obstacle will stand.
It would have been kind of funny. Okay. Right. Hilda will go further forward. I just kind of want that. Training bow. I do not want to lure you. Or, no, I don't have increased range with my sword or anything, so I won't do that. I kind of like how all of the Ashen Wolves members are sort of like mini-bosses. I was just kind of wondering, like, what enemy are we going to end up fighting against in the end? Because inevitably they're going to be playable. But I mean, considering the nature of this game, again, like, this is just pure speculation at this point. I would not be surprised if, like, this route had an alternate ending where you actually, like, end up exterminating the Ashen Wolves. For some reason. Like, I don't know, it just seems like the kind of thing this game would do. That's Ragnarok as well, which, Dimitri had incredible problems with last time, and also that means, yeah, that's not good. I also just realized that Dimitri is, like, not a required survival here. Oh, right, I almost forgot the, yeah, how much resistance? Violence resistance is not bad. Almost forgot the lock in all ranges button. 15 and 28, okay. I cannot maths right now. 43, Byleth barely survives. Assuming they both hit, which they probably, won't, but still. Always best to be careful. And yeah, that is definitely an impossible hole. Ah, I get what you're doing. I can see what you're planning. Yeah. However, Ash can counter at that range. What's your speed? Oh, wow, your attack speed is terrible, so I'm going to put Ash in your range. I could even try and Deadeye her if I want. Actually, that might not be such a terrible idea. Although I probably one-round her regardless. 11 attack speed. Yeah, I double you with that. Steel Bow just reminded me of something kind of silly from my very early Fire Emblem days, looking on... Like, my first exposure to the Japan-only games like Gaiden and Genealogy were actually reading really old game FAQs walkthroughs, and there was one for Gaiden, back when Gaiden had a really bad translation patch, that not only made Ragnarok crash the game, which is probably a good thing for Dimitri, but oh well.
Is it too late for me to back out of this fight? I don't want to hurt anyone. But in this case, I guess there's no avoiding it.
You get along very well with Linhardt. But yeah, what I was saying is, no, I'm not doubling, okay. But yeah, what I was saying is, that was the fan translation that called, Robin Bird, because there wasn't enough character space for Robin. Yeah, that was before he became Tobin, because Robin became a character in Awakening. But, yeah, I had a feeling they'd both do this, but I wanted to just be absolutely sure, just in case.
As expected.
Oh yeah, Byleth gets increased experience too. It is a crime that Hilda does not have more experience right now, so let's fix that.
You're making me work. I'm all sweaty.
Just like that.
8 versus... Oh, right, you have different spells that give you increased attack speed, that's why. However, it will not save you because I can just do this. I'm so sorry. You seem pretty nice.
The fight continues.
This is boring. Count me out.
Yes, getting shot by arrows is boring. Anyway, like what I was gonna say is like there was a weird. I was probably a typo in the in that guide that kind of stuck with me. Like they said in Gaiden, like a certain boss has a steel shield, but they wrote it as he has a steely shield. And there was another character who had a steely bow. I don't know if it was a deliberate choice or if that was just a weird typo, but I just always thought it was funny. So sometimes when I see like steel weapons, I go, it's a steely bow. I don't know if I should be overusing my Sword of the Creator here, but then again, it does get repaired periodically. That's an assassin. I think I will try and lure that assassin. Because Byleth's one of the few things that doesn't get doubled by them. Being a little cautious here, and my non-fast moving people are definitely falling behind. Which is a shame, because one of those people is here. Oh, right, of course, because you have increased range. Probably shouldn't have equipped the Sword of the Creator then, but oh well.
That is that.
Overkill. Speaking of overkill, yeah, the experience multiplier, which... Okay, wow. Yeah, normally Byleth does not have this much strength for me at this point in the game, so yeah. Is that like a really severe death spot? I'm guessing it is. And you have really high movement, and I need to watch out for your charm went up, which means your Gambit's stronger. I was like, oh, your charm went up, that's useless. That was like the first thing that popped into my head, but I was like, no, obviously it's not. I mean, that's kind of the reason why, oh, the nemesis of horses, stairs. That's probably the reason why, Pegasus Knights, they're always dangerous. Never ever underestimate them. But yeah, that's probably the reason why, wow, I have completely forgotten what I was saying.
Should I have held back?
It's just gone from my memory. Completely forgotten. There's just a lot going on right now. It's probably the reason why something. That's like all I remember.
Who's next?
I'm recording this first thing in the morning, so forgive me if I'm a little bit, out of it. So I was saying something about Byleth not normally having this much strength at this point in the game. Like, that strength is insanely high for a Swordmaster. Okay, so Pegasus Knights, you do have Lance Fair, but you don't have Darting Blow. Does Claude have... Oh, he does have Close Counter. One Pegasus Knight should probably be fine. You know what? I'll just go to the Training Bow. Even though sometimes the Training Bow doesn't even one-round, flyers. Wow, everyone else is really far behind. I am seriously glad I didn't keep Edelgard and Armor Knight, because she would have been even further behind if I'd done that. Okay, Mona. Yes, I double you and I destroy you.
That's the golden deer for you.
There are only 2 golden deer here, but that's still the golden deer for you.
Progress suits me well.
Okay, good. Oh, only one is aggroing. And we have a bunch of mages up there, as well as, I think I'll lock in your range. And your range. What have you got? You have Fimbulvetter, Sagittae, and okay, is this whole chapter going to be indoors? Because I kind of don't see why we'd fight outdoors in this chapter, although I could be wrong. I think we did see an outdoor map that had some of those golems in it, so yeah. So no, like, I was just randomly thinking, huh, what if like you beat the Ashen Wolves and then a giant monster shows up, like, and that just reminded me. Apparently, you actually get all of your Divine Pulses restocked when Mictlan transforms in Chapter 5, which is actually kind of interesting. I don't know why I say interesting.
It's not luck.
I say that a lot. I don't know why, but it's just kind of a thing that I do, I guess. I have Divine Pulses. I guess I can just kind of test the waters here. That's a lot of damage, but as long as you're the only thing attacking Claude, you should be fine. We still haven't found out if anyone here is connected to the Golden Deer, but it seems like Balthus might be. Training Axe. Actually, that's pretty useful. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to turn off online after this, because this does feel a little bit cheap. I know that, like...
Underestimate the denizens of Abyss, and it won't end well for you.
I know that it won't, like, you know, we still need to consume resources to fix the rusted weapons, but still.
Tremble in fear at my magical might.
And that line was in the trailers. Okay, well, you crested, but that doesn't really matter, because I don't think I've... Apart from, like, the high tier, apart from, like, the long-range spells, I don't think I've ever really had to deal with enemies running out of magic, so, yeah.
It's not that I'm defeated, so much as that I'm temporarily grounded.
Because my Pegasus is dead. Oh, wait. Her voice sounds a little familiar to me, too. Oh, okay, everything's echoing. You know what? I like it that way. Because this means it'll be over faster. Especially if I do this.
It's our chance to prevail.
I'm gonna say eat Kingdom Knights, that sounds kind of weird, but then again, Balthus was using food metaphors earlier. And now I'm making them all sound like cannibals, which, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody in the monastery thinks they're all cannibals, but... what do you got? Gerald's Mercenaries, how fitting. If I go here, then the one thing that does not get, stopped... Oh, you have a Abraxas. That's not good. For people who don't seem too fond of the church, you have a bishop in your ranks, but then again, like, that's just kind of enemies in Fire Emblem in general. Like, they often have bishop classes, even if it makes no sense for them. Like, even if they're literally... I guess demon worshippers would have bishops. But, yeah. Yeah, probably gonna use the Iron Sword here. If I can gambit that guy to death, and then Claude has Alliance Pegasus. Interesting. So if I pull you two forward, can I do anything interesting with you? I mean, I would be able to do something interesting with Edelgard or Hilda's battalions, but they can't get there in time. I think I'd rather snipe that guy with, you're not a, you're not a bow or anything. Okay, so I think I already went hard to heal, so... Okay, let's gambit you in the face. I'm not used to Gambit having this much accuracy, by the way. But that might be a normal mode thing. Okay, Yuri's stuck. Torch. Interesting. So I never got a chance to light that, I see. Oh wait, I can't flap into your face, because if I do, then I can't attack you with any of my weapons. But I can do this! This is for Dimitri, because otherwise you're going to practice him. Actually, their factions bishops are kind of cool.
Sorry, the victory is...
Although, yeah, in the trailers there was something called Pagan Altar, so maybe they're bishops to a different god.
I'm not...
Yuri, okay. And then these two are falling behind, because cavalry and flyers, yeah. This DLC might give me, like, something to talk about, the fact that, like, I now know that flyers are stupidly broken in this game, which is kind of annoying. They tried to rebalance, like, horse-mounted units, and they succeeded, but they didn't nerf flyers, so all that did was just make flyers even better, which is kind of dumb, especially since you can make anyone a Wyvern Lord, and Wyvern Lords can use any weapon. Okay, so which stats? Your strength is up by lucky 7. That's actually kind of a problem. Okay, so, who's defeated one of them so far? I know Ash has beaten one. I think Edelgard beat Balthus. Yeah, Claude beat them, so I don't think Dimitri's gotten a KO yet, so I might as well use him. Unless they have, like, anything to say, special to say with Byleth. Have I had Byleth fight any of them? I guess I can try.
Well, what have we here? Some lost kids stumbling around in the dark? Stay a while, won't you?
Isn't that like a meme from some game? Stay a while? I think it's from, like, Diablo?
Shame indeed not to have a bit of fun with each other while we've got the chance, you know?
As expected.
As expected, the fun was you being hit in the face with a sword. Magic. Okay. Wow, Byleth is kind of ridiculous in this mode.
Maybe I got a bit too carried away. Nah.
There's no such thing. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that grappler gets to live. I forgot it was defeat all bosses. And that's like, is that a different MVP portrait? I guess... Oh, okay. Whoever gets MVP gets experience, because there's no motivation at this point. That's actually really cool. That kind of incentivizes you to get MVP with people.
It's safe to say we've won this round, don't you think? B, was it?
The name's Balthus. I don't lose often, but I can at least recognize what it looks like.
Yes, I know, like, how to visualize the concept of losing. It appears in my mind as, what would be a funny thing for losing to be in physical form? Of course, some people would say, like, Gwendolyn or Nino, but, male combi. Yeah, that is the form that it appears in.
Balthus. Balthus? From House Albrecht? Baldy, is that you?
Baldy?
Woo! You look, old.
Huh. Do we know each other, pal? Wait a minute. That hair, those eyes, that voice.
You're that extremely annoying person who kept making me do favors for her.
Hilda! I don't believe it. Oh, little sis.
Oh, so he knows her brother. Why does it say connecting? Yeah, I might turn off online. But anyway, yeah, almost an hour. That is the end of Chapter 1 of The Abyss. So I'll see you next time for, well, more Abyss action. And more, I guess, catching up between Hilda and Balthus.